So we're going to do a posterior splint with stirrups on the sides. In this case, we're going to pretend that we have done everything for Taylor already. So our scene survey, our primary survey, and our secondary survey. We're going to also assume that sensation's intact, circulation's intact. We've done all these things and we check movement. So the splint we're going to be doing, we could use for something like a metatarsal fracture or a calcaneal fracture. So the very first part that we're going to do here is take one of our longer SAM splints and fold it in half. And then the C curves that we showed in one of the other slides, we're going to try to create those on the edges here. So we're just going to fold these up like this on both sides. And then what we're going to do is measure this on ourselves before we put it on the patient. And then start to fit it to the leg. So it's going to be rough as we start this part. The posterior part of the splint is going to be this other one. So this is one that I cut. It would be a bit longer normally. And then what we're going to try to do is measure this so it would be really close to Taylor's popliteal fossa. So we're going to curve it back to the foot. And I'm going to do the same thing just so we're not moving her more than is necessary. And put this against the back of my leg. So then what we would be trying to do is, with as little movement as possible, placing her in the splint while adding some padding to the bony areas so that we're not getting too much compression.
Yeah, so you want to pick up.
This is fine.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, so that's a little much easier.
And I'm just going to lift again. We're going to slide this so it's up against the leg here. And then we would slide the second part of the splint, which is going to be the stirrup here. Just like this. And then we can conform it to Taylor's leg. So in this scenario, ideally we would have a second person who could help us lift. But what we're going to try to do here, just with me, is wrap this so from a distal to proximal fashion. So, Taylor, I'm going to lift your leg.
Yeah. Is that okay?
You doing okay?
Yes, I can. Yeah. All right.
Okay? I'm going to drop back down.